There I was, walking down a sandy dirt road in Santa Teresa, Costa Rica. I had a tank top and sandals on, 70 degrees, humid, beautiful. There was big leafy plants, colorful flowers, and the occasional family of howler monkeys around me. I had just spent the day relaxing and surfing with one of my best friends, and we had just connected with a group of young people who invited us out for a night of fun and karaoke. Everything felt good. My body felt light, my heart felt open, and I was ready for new connections and new memories. And then my phone buzzed. I looked down. It was my ex. My ex that had broken up with me 2 months earlier, completely out of the blue. I had been struggling with that breakup and was just starting to feel good again on that trip. Her message said, "I'm sorry. I want to be with you again, and I'm finally ready this time." Did I tell her? Relatable. Did I tell her that I was busy making memories and living my best life, or that I would think about it and I would talk to her when I got back from my trip and focus on this experience that I was having right now? Nope. Didn't do that. My focus snapped immediately away from Costa Rica in that moment, away from my friends, away from this beautiful place I was in, and my mind went into all of the memories that we made together, and then fantasizing about a life that we could have together. I started thinking about all of the good times we shared. I thought about if maybe we could have a family one day, maybe we could have a life together. And this idea felt intoxicating, this idea of love, safety, security. And to be honest, I completely abandoned that present moment for this idea, this fantasy. I returned home not long after, and we got back together, and we were really happy for several months. We were in love with what we hoped that other person could be for us. But slowly, the cracks showed, and the reality of this relationship didn't really live up to the fantasy that I was clinging to. And as the reality became clearer and clearer, the fantasy slipped further away, and I clinged to it harder and harder. Right around the time things started to get scary, MTT started, and I was given this gift of meditating every day. I sat with myself, and I became painfully aware of my internal state, and I realized how tightly I was attached to this fantasy that I had built. I realized how little love I was giving myself and how desperately I was looking for somebody else to give it to me. I felt anxious, depleted, and disconnected with my own source of love. But something shifted. Meditation slowly but surely brought me back to myself. Little by little, I started rebuilding this love from inside. I started remembering who I was, and I started to feel this abundance that I had, that I always had within myself when I wasn't searching for it in someone else. And as my inner strength grew, the fantasy dissolved, and I knew with absolute certainty what I had to do. I had to let this go. After the breakup, I continued practicing, meditating more consistently and deeply. I poured love into myself and outward into the people in my life. And in some ways, I connected with my friends deeper than I ever had. And I found ways in my life to help people, and I felt myself aligning my energy with my purpose. I had felt more alive, more grounded, and more me than I had in months. And for the first time, I had deeply felt something that I had only previously intellectualized. Nothing. No job, no relationship, no material possession will ever be the thing that makes you feel whole or complete. I knew in that moment that I would never again search for completion in another person. I knew that wholeness, compassion, love, and abundance are all things that we must cultivate within ourselves. The real parts of this fantasy that I had created with my ex-girlfriend was actually the love that I had to give. So my advice to you is break the illusion that you need external things to feel love. And find that real love that only exists within yourself so that you can love life, love the world, and give all that you are with open arms.